okay, good. Because I started to say it's in Laura. She told me to do that.
I played golf out there.
Morning, March 7th.
Help us dedicate this stone for William Field Rector. By my accounts, he is a hero and he needed this stone placed. We placed a stone back, by the way, I'm Randall Freeman. I'm the commander of the General Robert C. Newton Camp of the Sons of Confederate Veterans here in Little Rock. And we have, down on the end of this row, back in December, we placed an interpretive stone like this one for Omer Rose Weaver. Omer was the first casualty of the Civil War from Arkansas, and we thought that he needed to be remembered. So we placed an interpretive stone that tells his story, and it has his picture. And this is a highly trafficked historic cemetery, and people come in here to find out who is here. After we first placed that stone, I drove up here one day with a friend. We had not dedicated it yet, but I saw a man walking down the aisle, and he, for some reason, Omer's stone caught his eye. He came out of the pathway, stood in front of Omer's stone, and he read the story, and he saw his face, and he walked off knowing who Omer Rose Weaver was. In this time where everything's being taken down from our ancestors, we can put something up that tells their noble stories. We need to be doing it. Probably back in the fall, before we placed Omer's stone, I was here with Kate Tatum, who's on the Mount Holly Cemetery Board, and we were planning on doing a Confederate version of Tales of the Crypt. And we were walking down through here, and when we came to Governor Rector's stone, I said, he has to be included in that. He was our governor, he was our secessionist governor. And she said, well, how about William? And I didn't know William's story at the time, but she told me at that time, and that seed was planted. So now we have one for William. He is the second one here that we placed. And I want to thank Bill Rector because I called him, and I had to get permission from the family. Thank you so much for letting us do that. And when I was talking to Bill on the phone, he said, you do know that I'm William Field Rector. I said, no, I didn't. And then I found out that Ann's father, your father was also William Field Rector. So just like with Omer Weaver, his family named two other sons Omer Weaver. So they're carrying on their legacy like that. Kay, would you like to say something just on behalf of Mount Holly?
On behalf of Mount Holly, I want to thank you for being here today. I mean, who would think that this many years after the Rector's death, this many people would gather in his honor? It's very appropriate. And I want to tell you, I love it when we get interpretive stones at Mount Holly Cemetery, because Steve Adams and I are not going to live forever. And we need the tradition of giving the stories of these important people to visitors to Mount Holly Cemetery. I want to thank Randall, I want to thank Ken for being we planned it. We appreciate it so much. Thank you again for being here.
It's a huge honor to me, and I mean that to do this for them. Any other heritage organizations want to say anything? I know the Civil War Roundtable's here. We have the First Lieutenant Commander of the Arkansas Division SCB here. We have the Hot Springs Camp. We have the Memorial Chapter of the UDC and the Churchill Chapter of the UDC here. Anybody else? I guess that sums that up. I'm going to read. There were two versions of William's story. One was that he was marching out ahead of his regiment, and he saw that the flag was dropped, and the flag was such an important part of who they were. It was their identity. So the first story was that William dropped his musket, picked up the flag, and went on. Then there was a second version where it was his musket that he raised up. So he has already been a recipient of the Confederate Medal of Honor, and that's what I went on when we were deciding what the stone would say. But I'm going to read you just a few accounts of his service. William F. Rector was killed on top of the federal breastworks at Helena on the 4th of July, 1863, the first to reach the rampart. He fills a hero's grave. That was John Hallam of the History of Arkansas, 1887. Lieutenant William F. Rector, adjutant of the regiment, son of Governor Henry Rector, was killed while mounting the breastworks, waving his cap and cheering his men. Fay Hempstead, Pictorial History of Arkansas, 1890. Surviving the withering fire sweeping up the hill into the Federal works, they poured a destructive volley into the Union line. It was during this assault that a heroic and gallant action was taken by the adjutant of the 30th Arkansas Regiment. Lieutenant Rector, the first man on the enemy works, fell. The whole brigade rushed the fort, and a wild shout drove the concealed enemy out of their rifle pits. Josiah Shinn, Pioneers and Makers of Arkansas, 1908. We've got a chair there to represent him, his musket with his kepi on top. I've got flowers here. I've got 6 white ones. I thought the family would like to lay a white one. If we want to lay a red one, and we got red here for them. Otherwise, we're going to unveil the style of the caddy and Jay.
Ha ha ha.